Hello, it's Celeste. I'm here to do your full moon reading for you today. I did record one yesterday. A few of you may have caught it, but there was something wrong with the quality, and I wasn't happy with it, so I did delete it. So I'm just redoing the full moon reading today. We are under the effects of the full moon for the next 24 to 36 hours. So if you're doing full moon work, this is a great time. And I also just wanted to mention that I'm running a 25% off all of my coaching, my mentorships, my book mentorships through the end of the year, possibly longer, possibly into 2021. But if you were taking part in NaNoWriMo and you want to work on fixing up your book for publication or just to keep working on it, that would be a great way for you to invest in your writing. I am a writing teacher and an empowerment coach, so you do get a combination of developmental editing with me. I do work on some line editing when I think it's ready for that level of editing, and we do a lot of personal coaching. So when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like you have a personal problem that you need to kind of work through, I'm able to help you with those things. That is one of the things that differentiates me from other editors and coaches that you might work with in the writing area. And just a reminder that readings are timeless. I don't say that every time, but I believe that people will find these readings when they need them. And I purposefully do my readings, even though I put a full moon or new moon stamp or whatever on them. I fully believe that you find these videos when you need them. So if the message fits, my intention is for you to get a nugget of wisdom or something that lifts you up or helps you get through a tough time anytime you watch it. So also feel free, if this reading doesn't fit, feel free to go digging through my archives. Still a new channel, but I do have quite a few readings. And going forward, there's also going to be more writing and empowerment related videos on here. So some of you have liked that and wanted more of those from me. And I'll be doing them, probably another one this week when I have some time to figure that out. So what's going on in the collective right now? What's breaking through, Spirit? I'm going to do 3 columns today, and the columns are not going to be, they're not going to be linear. So the story that I'm laying out here is definitely going to move about. So if you find yourself in one column for one question, you may find yourself in another column in the next question. Don't worry about what column you're in. This is just, I'm calling this storytelling mode because I like to be able to hit more different storylines. They might all 3 fit, maybe just one does. That's cool. So first of all, we have somebody who is, I'm going to pull another layer. We have somebody who is definitely, you've reached a new level with something, possibly with your writing. This could be like a case of this is like the case of your dreams are kind of on the verge of coming through. What an exciting breakthrough for you. You're very happy about whatever is manifesting in the physical plane right now. You're feeling very fulfilled about it. There's definitely a sense of fullness, excitement, and that is just beautiful, beautiful full moon energy. This is a time for celebration, and you are definitely feeling it. Second situation, this is somebody who is about ready to take a leap. Let's see what this leap is about. Spirit, what's the leap about? Okay, you are, yeah, you're going to leave you want to leave something behind. There's something that you have probably sunk a lot of your heart into. This could be a relationship. It could be just a job that you used to have a huge passion for, or on the writing forefront or creative forefront. It could be a project that you have sunk a lot of energy into, and you're getting ready to walk away from that because you've decided that it's not for you. It's not working out the way that you planned, the way you hoped, probably. but you're holding back. I think you're probably a little scared of whatever this new thing is, this little feather floating through the air. You're wanting to go after that. And there's some holding back energy here. You're afraid to leave something behind, which is, you know, that's like normal, right? People, we love change, we hate change. We wish for it, and then we're like, oh no, not like that. Wheel of Fortune. There's something about timing here. Is it the right timing for you to do something? There's also maybe something about like what we kind of like so-called karma, where maybe a lesson is completing, or you're realizing that something is a lesson. All right, so the Knight of Cups is, let's get a little bit more about that. That could be someone else. That might not be you. Let's see who the Knight of Cups is. Who's the Knight of Cups? Spirit? The Knight of Cups is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting a vibe that this Knight of Cups is someone else. I think something is making you an offer, or there's something that you want to go after. There's a little bit of, on the part of whatever this represents, this thing that either is coming in for you, or that you are, it's like only, for me, like what I'm hearing is it's only a matter of time. Okay. And then there is this sense of holding back, holding on, and the Knight of Pentacles is building a future. So it could be that you are wanting to leave something, maybe not leave something, go for something. You're wanting to go for something, excuse me. You're wanting to go for something. You feel that this thing is fated. So maybe it's a soul path that you're wanting to follow, something that you've kind of had a calling about. But you have been holding back from that, the holding back energy here, so that you can kind of get your ducks in a row financially to do this. That's what I'm seeing here is, so maybe you want to leave a job, take a chance with your writing. Maybe you just want to take a new direction with your day job, or maybe you want to start a new business. There may be some kind of financial risk here, and your heart is engaged, and you're trying to make sure that you're on stable footing when you go toward that thing. All right. So let's see what else we have here. What are you, okay, what are we thinking or feeling consciously? This is in the conscious space. This is not going to be something that you're not aware of. This is what you're thinking or feeling. You're completely aware of it. Again, if you're here, your answer might be over here or here. It might be all three. They might all fit. We have the Nine of Cups. So there's a sense of something missing. And that's an intense feeling, okay? That's really, it's kind of getting in your way. It's like if this wave comes in while you're not looking, it could wash away. This is like all these cups are sitting on a house of sand. And if that wave comes in, it could just wash everything away. But again, there's something here about celebration. So maybe you're worried about stability. But something here is making you very happy. Something here feels very exciting to you. Maybe this card can also, there's also a strong feeling of togetherness here. So not just celebration, but having a community around you. So, but you're still a little, there's some worries in the back of your mind. You're quite aware of them, but you're not letting them get you down. You're allowing yourself to be proud of yourself and happy about what you're doing. Right. Okay. Okay, so again, something new's come in for you. Something brand new. This is this is like a passion project. Maybe if you're a writer or creative, this is a new book, a new direction for your art. But right now, what I'm getting here is that you don't have a lot of energy. You're kind of you're feeling very beat up from whatever it was you were just doing. So if this is the case of you're leaving something behind, that feeling tired or like this has been so much of a struggle, it's sort of eclipsing not necessarily eclipsing, it's casting a lot of doubt is what it's doing on whatever this thing is that you want to do. Maybe you feel like you shouldn't be quitting on yourself if that was you. If you're building this foundation, if you're this person building this foundation, maybe there's just a little bit of like, I thought I knew how to do this and it didn't work out for me. What makes me think it will work out for me now? That kind of residual feeling of failure when you tried something out that didn't work out for you. You're tired, but you are still on your feet, okay? What else are you possibly thinking or feeling? Oh yeah, there's so many new beginnings here. This is great. I'm gonna pull another one on this. Ace of Swords, Two of Wands. This is beginner energy again. Oh, well, no, not really. Yeah, this is about following your heart. And I think you're worried that you're lying to yourself. There's a similarity with the energy here where, so the sword of truth is reversed. And I think that maybe you're worried that you're lying to yourself. It could also be that you've been holding back your voice. As artists, our art is our voice in a lot of ways. So there's been a holding back energy. You haven't allowed yourself to expect this to work out or things to work out. I think that you've been maybe you've been in that energy where, you're like, oh, I don't want to go to, like, I don't want to let my self think that this could happen for me. It's just a pipe dream kind of thing. So you have been holding back and not putting your full self into things. But the Page of Cups is here. This is about offering, okay? And this is about stepping into your path. This is about stepping onto your soul path, your offering path. So you've been holding back, and you really have something to say and something to share, and you've been holding back. So that's what's going on in your conscious level. So let's talk now about what's hidden from you. What is it that you're unable to see? So a lot of times we let these things just run our mind. They're like the monkey mind. It just gets spinning in there, and you can't stop it. It's like a freight train that gets away with you, right? The fears, the insecurity, and the doubt. But remember, there was something here in all of these about what's breaking through, about needing to break through these doubts and fears that we have, because there's reward on the other side of all of these. Okay? Even the new path and leaving something old behind, you know, on a path where you have kind of exhausted all your opportunities and you've lost hope, there's hope here on this new path. There's possibility. There's no possibility left here. Like, you've already been there, done that, and you're not getting what you need or wanted out of it. Like, it was, you know, you opened the door, you went down that road, and it wasn't for you. So hopping back, even this Fool energy, which a lot of people are wary of, there's a possibility on that path, okay? And what we're talking about here is breaking through and being ready to take a chance again in our lives. You know, when we've invested ourselves, we can feel a little bit more safe in that. So what is hidden from us that we're unable to see here, Spirit? Okay. There's King of Wands, shadow energy. This is the way that I'm seeing it. This is it's like, I know what I want, and this isn't it, right? So there has been a tendency to be maybe a little hot-headed about what we've been doing. And maybe the universe has been making offers to us. This actually showed up in the reading the other day, so I'm glad it showed up again. The universe has been offering things to us, and we have been just like, nope, not saying yes to it. So you're sitting here focusing on this collection of cups that you have, and Spirit is like, here's another one, and you're like, nope, doesn't match, I don't like it, it's not right for my collection, so bye. So there's been this tendency to be kind of maybe even arrogant. I think that I find the King of Wands in his shadow energy to be a little bit, you know, he's beyond confident. He's like gone down the road of arrogance, and that's tough energy to deal with in ourselves. It's easy to spot in others. It's a lot tougher to see where we're being that way about something. So maybe you have been thinking that, you know, this other thing couldn't possibly be for you. Maybe you've been like laser focused on this one thing and missing opportunities that could be good for you. Spirit wants you to have another look at that. If that resonated, Spirit wants you to have another look at that. If it didn't resonate, it's not for you. Okay. All right. Ooh. Oh. Okay. What can't you see? Okay, so this is about like that energy where we're searching so hard, right? The Hermit is about searching. It's about enlightenment. It's about our quest, kind of the quest for enlightenment, when you realize that there's nothing to find, right? The minute you realize that there's nothing really to find, that is the moment of truth. That's the moment that you have everything that you need. And so Spirit is telling you that you are, when you stop searching, that you're actually closer than you think to being on track. Like, fulfillment is there for your taking. It's all being offered for you, or being shown to you, and you just have to get still enough sometimes we're like overacting and we're just moving around like crazy, and all we need to do is be still for a minute so that we understand what it is that we need to do. Like the way becomes clear when we become still. Other people have a tendency to be still all the time and not do anything, and so usually they need a little kick in the pants to take action. But this is the opposite case. You need to. This is like where your heart's content is found in your stillness. If you just chill out and listen to your heart. All right, that wanted to come out. 10 of Cups. It's more about fulfillment. And that guy came out. So releasing, you have some addictions, and those addictions they may be substance addictions. They may be, but this may be like being attached to ways of thinking that tie us down and lock us into one way. That the arrogance again, our tendency to self-sabotage. They're saying that you're there, okay, that this is the fulfillment card. This is the ultimate fulfillment card. It's all of it. It's got the like cute little family and the little house and the beautiful vast countryside. It's emotional fulfillment, and the tendency to focus our energy on things that are actually sabotaging us. So Spirit is saying, pay attention to the things that you allow to come between you and your good feelings in life. This is about self-sabotage. Let's see. We'll pull a few more cards. What does Spirit want you to know? We're going to ask, excuse me, I dropped a pen. What does Spirit want you to know about this situation? Okay, so that was like what's hidden from you. What are you not seeing? Spirit wants you to know something about this situation to help you break through, okay? This is going to be something to help you break through. Okay, you have to make a decision. Stop worrying and make a decision. The decision is yours to make. And the longer we keep ourselves locked in this, I can't decide, I can't make up my mind, I'm so unhappy, I want to do this, but I'm stuck here. This is your wake-up call, okay, to make a decision. Because as long as you're stuck between, you're never really going to be happy. We get stuck in between spaces all the time. You can literally camp out at the crossroads your whole life. People do it every day. Okay. You've been avoiding leaving something behind. Whoever this is. It's a similar message, but a different energy. This is about you packing up, taking what belongs to you and leaving. In other decks, it's funny because this is like a thief in some decks. So you might look at that energy. Where have you been like lying to yourself? Where have you been deceitful to yourself? Could be to others. Usually when we're deceiving ourselves, we might be deceiving others too, but not purposefully. But the real question is, where have you been deceiving yourself? And I want to grab another card on the Five of Swords. Sword energy can be difficult sometimes. Okay, and there's something here about your knowing, okay? So you've been deceiving yourself, but you actually know what it is that you want. You know where you need to go. Deep down inside, you already know where to go. You know what it is that you want. And for whatever reason, it could be that you're afraid. It could be just that you don't like change. But you know what's right for you. You know how to get out of that crossed energy. You know what's going to make the difference. Spirit wants you to know. What Spirit wants you to know. Okay, change hurts, okay? Change really does hurt. But what am I getting on the bottom of the deck? There's a confirmation that popped up in another deck. The Ten of Cups. When we have the courage to let go of the things that we're truly done with, when we allow like this false foundation is what always comes up for me with the Tower card. People, we want to avoid change. We want to avoid the scary crumbling down of the walls that we've built, that we've basically imprisoned ourselves in. But when we release that energy, that's like setting yourself free. Like this Ten of Swords honestly used to scare me. In the beginning of my spiritual journey, I would pull this card all the time. And I was like, why? But what that really meant was that I was done with my old way of being. I was done with it. And I was ready to accept that being done meant that I could still be happy. Like being done with your anxiety is not a bad thing, right? Being done with things that cause you anxiety is not a bad thing. We can't always just wake up one day and not have anxiety. Believe me, as an anxiety sufferer, I know that better than anybody. But when we choose to be done with the thing that's causing us to suffer, that's when we have access to this. Okay, that fulfillment. Let me pull some guidance cards for you guys today, and then we'll be done with the reading. Again, if you don't like the guidance cards, they tend to be, look on the bright side kind of things. That's okay. Not everybody is here for it. But I really like to be uplifted at the end of a reading. I like to know what I can do. I like to know what I can think and feel. So to get through it in a better frame of mind. And that's what this is about. So nothing's set in stone. Just to go on the whole idea of, tarot readings. A lot of times we watch these things because we want a prediction. We want to know what's going to happen in the future. And while I do think that there are people who can predict future energies, I think that more often than not, they're tuning into a likelihood of something happening if you continue to behave and stay in situations that you're in. And when we understand that we can change our choices in the day-to-day moments, then we acknowledge that nothing is set in stone. Life is mutable. Life is changeable. And a small shift in your perception can really shift up the outside world for you. It starts being reflected back to you. So something maybe that couldn't have happened before becomes possible because you made a choice. Don't let your pride get in the way. There was something about pride back here, all right? That King of Wands, I talked about arrogance. Don't let your pride get in the way. Just because you've sunk tons of energy into something does not mean that it's your future. It could be that it was just something that you needed to learn. It could be something that you needed to go through, a path that you needed to take to know that it wasn't the path. Again, all these ways that we sabotage ourselves, we can be really attached to those things, thinking that we need them, thinking that they matter to us. And then all of a sudden we realize, oh, that was actually me shooting myself in the foot. And that just because we've built this castle for ourselves, we've built this foundation for ourselves, does not mean that we can't one day say, okay, that was a chapter of my life and I'm ready to move on. I'm grateful for what it taught me. I'm grateful for what it gave me, but I'm done with this now. It's not helping me anymore. It's not helping anybody anymore, and then work through your fears. So this is a reminder that if fears are becoming illuminated for you at the full moon, it's a signal that you can spend the next few waning moons working on those fears, kind of figuring out where they come from, because our fears are very often irrational. Sometimes they're completely rational, and we need to set the, what we really need to do is make the plans, like this guy here. He wants to follow his heart. He wants to follow his heart, but he knows that he needs to lay a foundation and take care of himself on the physical realm. So sometimes those fears are very real, and what you need is a plan. And other times you just need to let go of the fear, because you realize after looking at it that it's completely irrational. That whatever you're fearing it's not real. It's completely fake. You've just made it up as a way to stop yourself. Could be like a voice that you're hearing, some warning that your mom or somebody gave you when you were young. And you're like, wow, I really took that to heart, and she didn't mean it that way. All right, these are like affirmation cards. They're meant to be uplifting. They're meant to get you in a mindset to manifest what you want instead of what you fear. You're always manifesting, and these cards are meant to align you with what it is that you want. Get you on the sunny side. If you're not feeling it, don't worry about it. It's for someone else. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So you can write that one down. If it resonates. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. What brings you joy? Trying to do more of what brings you joy. Work it into your life if you can, in some way. My fearless freedom lights up the world. When you face your fears, other people notice, okay? And sometimes you never know who you're inspiring to take a step into their own, worries. Some people really need to, they need to take a chance. And when you take a chance, you show others how to do that. And I don't think that can be really understated. I think that more people need to understand how their energy affects others around them in positive ways, without having to tell anybody what to do. Taking action fearlessly, it models for others how to do the same. And then, of course, the whole, well, it failed and I don't want to take a chance again feeling. Well, that's part of taking chances. We have to learn resilience. And part of being fearless is knowing that, you can recover from failures. It's knowing that if you fall, that you can pick yourself back up. It's knowing that that kind of energy attracts other like minds, other people who are like that. So if you're looking for a community around you that thinks and feels the same way, the way to attract that is to step into that energy. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you all have a beautiful full moon, and I'll be back later this week with a video about writing or creative empowerment. See you later. Okay, bye.